I have not done any Star Wars content for a minute. And I would have to give entire credit over to the Dump, the Sporking News channel. They saw this on Sci-Fi Wire. And it is the 11th greatest battle, lightsaber battles ranked from New Hope to Rise of Skywalker. So I assume they're not going to involve all of that, Rebel stuff, things like that. This writer's terrible. Phil Perello is the writer, and I only watched just a couple minutes. They only got to like number 9 on the list or something like that on the Sporking News. And I was like, oh, I should just go talk about this and do it in real time. So I have not seen the list yet, folks. I'm going to go through this list with you. You can tell me what you think, because I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna see. These people. I think you'll understand when you see how badly written it is. It says, a staple since 1977's A New Hope, the Sith and the Jedi love to use laser swords to air their grievances and settle their issues, daddy or otherwise. Yep, that's what's there. That's what's there. I guess the storyline of Return of the Jedi is resolving the daddy issue. Yeah. Let's say they talk about CGI, it's improving, and then it says it has over the last 20 years has grown by leaps and bounds, and Yoda flips ahead of their modest lo-fi beginnings when Obi-Wan, Sir Guinness clashed with Darth Vader inside the first Death Star. This person already writes like they don't like Star Wars. And that's why I was like, I gotta cover this so you guys know that he talks about the Obi-Wan series coming up. And then there's like the honorable mention is the Yoda versus Dooku, because I assume it's being mocked because Yoda flipping around in some ways is as comical as it is good. But I don't know. I guess I don't know. I like it. I like that. I like that fight scene. Now this one I didn't like. Mace Windu versus Palpatine. You know, the whole I'm going to use my Force lightning, but then I can't stop it because then it fries my face. Like I hated that. You know, Samuel L. Jackson said, "I don't want to die like a bee," and okay, whatever. R.I.P. They put the classic Obi-Wan versus Darth Vader in New Hope as number 10. Obviously, this is the first big one, the classic. And it is still great, folks. I don't care what this guy has to say. There's just something special about the first time. I don't care. Anakin versus Count Dooku in Return of the Sith. Oh, I couldn't disagree more. I just could care. Like, what? No. So where we're at now, obviously this would be the honorable mention at best. I didn't care enough to whatever. And this is Yoda versus Darth Sidious. This is where he's hopping on the different things where the Senate meets and there's a fight scene. Much better than the other one, but I don't know. Let's see where we're at. 7. Oh no. So this is Kylo versus Rey on the ruins of Death Star. So this is the one where they have a bunch of rain and things. What did he say? This fight, which the marketing materials are built around, is unintentionally meta. What? As we watch it and wonder, quote, why exactly is this happening? Or what is the purpose of this fight other than to take up runtime? Yeah. I'm not sure that that's unintentional. I don't, whatever. The scene offers an impressive visual scale fans haven't seen before, using tempestuous waves on the moon of Endor to serve as a compelling and metaphorical backdrop for the whatever. Yeah. That's a lot of word salad to exaggerate a scene that is okay. It's all right. That's what I was. Here's the thing with the battles. I know he's trying to mock them in a way about resolving their issues with their laser swords. Is understanding the mythos of the Jedi in doing these face-offs. Understanding, when Obi-Wan talked about, a civilized weapon for a more civilized time, and just the way that this is rooted out of samurai culture and how they would have this incredible respect for their weapon and and their enemy. Like it's not just this random thing. And half of the new trilogy is like that. So Obi-Wan versus Anakin in Revenge of the Sith is a great lightsaber battle. When I came out of Revenge of the Sith, I'll tell you one thing. I came away saying they did it. That's how I felt. They did it. They found a way. I don't know. I don't know. I was so impressed with so much of this. Um, I loved it. I loved the scene. I thought they did a great job. Cutting off limbs. He catches fire. They're screaming. It's so disturbing, and yeah, it's great. It was. I really was happy. Of course. Oh no, this was okay. I can't do this one. Kylo versus Rey, Force Awakens. The untrained girl from the desert can not only get the sword, but she can hold her own against a trained Sith Lord. And by the way, in the credit it talks about Finn and Rey versus Finn. Oh, please, whatever. This is just trash. It does not hold up well either, too. Once you get through, that's the thing too. It would be different if the trilogy ended well, or there was some sort of redemptive factor in the final film. But because it all just ends so badly, and you just lose so much respect for the whole storyline, it just makes all this scene just have like a distaste in my mouth. Luke versus Vader, the whole fight. Quote, this is a Jedi. I love this, obviously. So I'm going to be biased on that, especially this scene where Luke is, literally striking Vader down before he loses the hand, and then kind of reflects on his own loss and his own mortality, and the circle comes complete. Luke versus Vader, Empire, obviously the crucial scene that defines the entire OG trilogy because of the revelations of who Vader is. Cutting off Luke's hand, I think, was this huge monumental moment, especially at that point when it first happened. It was such a big deal. And of course, we have to have. Okay, I can't watch this scene now. Like I said, I think the entire new trilogy is tainted because it doesn't have any. It's just garbage. It just ruins itself. I tried to think of ways that they could have saved this mess, and they did a terrible job. And then when I go back and I've watched this film again, thinking for whatever reason I would maybe being unfair or whatever, and then you start seeing all the bad choreography from this scene. Like there's a whole shot that Daisy Ridley misses her. So she misses not her spot. She misses her cue, and the guard's leaning one direction and then just turns at the last second. It's just, oh yeah. Notice there's no video clip for me to show you, just so you know. They say the best one is Qui-Gon Obi-Wan versus Darth Maul. Okay, at least it's good. I will say this: when that scene happened, it was just revolutionary. It was so good with the music and everything like that. So, all right, Jace Fox is here. Let's see if we can go ahead and hop in, man. I think I put the link there on the top. Is that not the right link, man? You can just come right in, and you can jump in. Found this story because of a stream called The Dump, Sporky News. Found it for me over on Sci-Fi Wire. Haven't done Star Wars content for a minute, so let me see if I need to send it to you privately on Twitter, twit, as some people have been calling it, and make that faster for you. But it is it is funny with, because when you grow up with these films, that or whichever films that you saw first or how they fit for you, I think is going to matter on your list. I don't know how old this writer is. So I think if you were to survey my sons, I think there'd be a lot of respect for the OG trilogy. But I think that they would agree more with having the prequel battles in there, probably putting Darth Maul this high. To me, the Empire fight scene is probably my number one. This one. It means so much. it's not just about them fighting and all of that. It's also what it represents to the story, how the climax is, what the climax means. I will say I thought it was super cool that because I think when you see the Obi-Wan versus Vader in New Hope, then you see Luke training. Then when you see him confront Vader, and then Vader isn't even fighting him anymore, he's using the Force to throw things at him. And there's a certain element that seems sort of, almost cheesy. And yet at the same time, when you saw this for the first time when the movie came out, you didn't really think that was going to happen. Kind of catches you off guard. And then, of course, he loses his hand. That would be my number one. Or, I would probably have to pick that one over the Darth Maul fight. But that's not the worst choice in the world. I can live with that. This has to go. This can't do there. So this is my one. That Maul's probably 2. Jedi or Sith? I have to be honest. I think Revenge of the Sith and then Jedi. I would think those are probably my next ones. And then nope. Maybe. Definitely not. Probably the New Hope, the Obi-Wan versus Vader. See, I know I'm biased, and it's okay, I think, to admit that, because, I saw the original trilogy first, so there's more special to me. Those lightsaber battles, I remember there were no lightsabers, right? So when we were, when you're 6 years old, and I turned 7 during that summer, toys were finally arriving. Their idea of a lightsaber, and I kid you not, their idea of a lightsaber was this. It was literally, you would buy, I have no idea why our families would buy these for us. It was just so silly. It was a flashlight, and then on the top, it had a circle of cellophane with, I think they were always red in hindsight. I don't know that I had a blue one or saw a blue one, but I'm sure there was. So that's it. It was just a little piece of colored cellophane. So when you put the light through it, you'd have that color light on your ceiling. That was your lightsaber. We paid money for this. That was what we had as lightsaber. Those were our first lightsaber toys. My kids, of course, had the plastic extender ones where you just flick it, and they had so many. They'd play rough, they'd get bent, they wouldn't go back in. And then, of course, when the Darth Maul one came out, so you had the double blade. And then once you get to General Grievous, right? So you have the blade on the swivel, so you can swing make your umbrellas or whatever. There, it was good stuff, man. Good stuff. Lightsabers. Don't mock my laser swords, man. That's too low blow, Phil. Don't like it. So that's their list. You can tell me what you think.
Rap Circle is finally here. I know everybody been waiting for it, right? And I'm not playing no